following presentation is solely for entertainment purposes and not to be taken seriously. While content and characters may be based in truth, this presentation is not meant to offend or harm in any way. It's the Olly Brown Show, America's favorite Thrillbilly. And now, here he is, Olly Billy-Bob Brown.
Hoo-ha! Howdy, y'all. Yee-haw. Shake your tail feathers. Yup, yupper doodle. Let's do it to it. Hoo-ha. Churning the butter. Hope my barn door's not open. Bring it at home. Ta-da! I can't believe this is my reality show. Oh, hey there. Welcome back. It's good to see ya. I bet y'all are wondering what I'm up to, what I'm doing, huh? Well, let me tell you, I'm in this here outhouse that's in the house. Huh? Or is it I'm in the house with an outhouse? What? Well, I don't know. Whichever it is, I'm in the toilet. Because I done got myself invited to some kind of town meeting. That's right. I did. Yours truly was asked to come and talk and gab for a while at a bunch of folks in this here town I'm passing through. I'm gonna teach them the gift of gab, I am. But before I do, I decided to change out of my running duds and jump myself into some fancier clothes for a change. So that's what I'm doing. I'm a-getting ready. Well, I even got myself a new hat. Ooh. Oh, what do you think of that? Wow. It's kind of festive, ain't it? Kind of makes me look like Uncle Sam, don't you think? All colorful and patriotic like, huh? Yes, sir, bub. Oh, I guess you're ready for me. Well, howdy. I'm all ready for you. Oops, hold on. I'll be with you directly. I gotta flush me some lemon juice down the watering hole, if you know what I'm saying. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, we're all set now. It's time to shake some hands and kiss some babies. Let's do it to it. Good evening, ma'am. Is that your baby? You want me to kiss your baby for you? Oh, hello, little fella. There you go. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for coming. And who's this little fella? Oh, ain't you a little squirt? Oh, you stomped on my foot. Oh, stop it. Boy, you are a little squirt. You better be careful, little fella. People will start calling you bully. Well, hey there, mister. You sure do got some fancy duds on there. And I like that beard. Kind of looks like yours truly's beard, except it's a whole lot wider. Oh, now wait a minute. You look familiar like to me. I can't quite place you right now, but I'll ponder on it and I'll get back with you. Well, howdy. Can you hear me up there? Well, you're a tall drink of water, ain't you? And I ain't none too thirsty neither. I'm just saying. I bet folks ask you how the air is up there all the time, huh? Well, you know what my mama used to say? She used to say, get your head out of them there clouds. She did. Have you found Cloud 9 yet? No. I hear that's a good one. Well, I'm going to head on down the line now, because if I stay like this any longer, well, I'm going to get a crick up my neck. I'll be seeing you. Well, aren't y'all a handsome pair? Real sharp looking like. All spiffy and spit shines you are. Just like you were on the front page of a magazine. Ain't they sharp looking, y'all? Hey, it's good to see ya. Do I know y'all? Have we met before? Y'all's last name ain't Doppelganger, is it? You're like dead ringer types, ain't you? Well, I can't put my finger on it, but I'll figure it out. Oh, shucks. It don't matter none. I'm just happy to see ya. Thanks for coming. Hey, y'all. Y'all want to take a selfie? Okay, here goes. There you go. Well, sir, it looks like you ain't seen the light of day in a long time. That or you got yourself one fancy little spray tan going on. And that's quite a bonnet you got upside your head there. I hope there ain't no bee in it, otherwise you might be buzzing along. Oh, I'm just kidding you. And, ooh, that's one fancy diaper you got on down there. Or is it a skirt? Well, I can't tell which. It's either or it depends. That's right. Well, that's okay, though. I think you're one big mamma jamma, as they say. It's nice to meet you, and I thank you for coming. Hey, pretty lady, are those your babies? You want me to kiss your babies too? Yeah. Okie dokie pokey. There you go. I don't know about y'all, but where I come from, we don't call that kissing babies. We call that a going motorboating. Yes, we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to a very special broadcast event. It's another Town Hall Meetin', where you, the public, have a chance to get up close and personal with someone running for the president. Tonight's special guest is Olly Billy-Bob Brown, America's self-proclaimed favorite Thrillbilly. This is your night to ask Mr. Brown any question you want about his race for the president. And now, without further delay, let's begin tonight's Q&A. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Olly Billy-Bob Brown.
Hey, howdy. Nice to see you. Welcome. Oh, boy. Oh, looky there. Oh, wow. Can you hear me up there?
No.
Howdy. It's good to see all y'all. Hello. Nice to meet you. Oh, I know you.
What?
Hey, welcome. Oh, boy, I am just so humbled and honored to be here tonight and visit with all y'all. And I got to tell you, that is a lovely bunch of lights you got hanging out your window there. I like them. I like them a lot. I do. And I am just so tickled pink to be here tonight to gab at you for a while. I mean, after all, running for the president, well, it's a lonely man's sport, as y'all know. Yeah. And I reckon we ought to get to it. No time like the present. Who's got some questions for yours truly, Olly Brown? Lay it on me. How about you, ma'am? You got one for me?
I'm Shuniqua Rotunda Apple Jackson Jones and I hail from French Lick, Indiana. I was wondering if you could tell us how you got into politics?
Well, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate your name and your question, by the way. But I do think you have it all turned around. The real question is more like how them there politics got into me. So let me tell you about that, okay? I'm going to break it down for all y'all. You see, poly means a whole passel of them. And ticks are these little critter bugs that crawl around in the woods and the weeds. Well, back home, down in the holler, deep in the boondocks, well, there are a lot of them there ticks, and they bite. Oh, yes, they do. So if you're running around chasing your coon dogs, a farming or a crawling around the forest, then them there ticks will latch on to you something fierce, and they'll stick to you as long as you let them, fattening up on drinking your blood. It's true. And now there's a couple of ways you can get rid of them, okay? So let me tell you about that. You can either yank them out and stand a chance of leaving their heads in you, or you can light up a match and blow it out, and then you touch the hot tip to their backsides, and they come a-crawling out of you, just like that. That's the best way to get rid of them if you ask me. But either way, them politics ain't nothing but a bunch of bloodsuckers, they are. So you see, Them there politics, well, they got into me, and not the vice versa, as they say. Now, I hope that answers your question, ma'am. Thank you for it.
My name is Rose DeHose from Watertown. I hear a lot of talk about impeachment going on, and I was wondering if you had any thoughts on that.
Well, golly, Jezebels, I think that's true. I think there's a lot more than talk going on about this impeachment stuff. I do. And it's a good thing. In fact, I know some fellers back home who are heavy into this entire impeachment process. Oh, they love it. They do. Every time they eat one of them sweet, luscious fruits and they get down to that there pit, well, they save them and they plant them in the ground. And after a while, well, they grow into trees that bearing fruit. Oh, yes, and it's so good that you can suckle on their juices or have Granny make you a pie out of them. Good. Now, it may take a few years to grow a bushel of peaches, but once you harvest them, you got yourself a sweet treat. You sure do. Good and tasty. So I guess if you didn't have this impeachment process, well, then you wouldn't have any fuzzy peaches now, would you? So I think that y'all need to pass the word along and keep on talking about it, okay? Okay, next question.
My name is Cy Phyllis. Here's my question. What do you think about Trump supporters?
Well, sir, I want to thank you for that one, because I'm going to be truthful with you. I'm going to cause it like I sees it right here and right now and tell you how I feel about it. That's right, I am, so hold on to your britches. I'm going to tell you true. In regards to what you call supporters, well, I don't like them. Not one bit. Back in my day, we called them athletic supporters and not these Trump supporters, as you say. But no matter what you want to call them, I don't like wearing them at all. I never did. And let me tell you why. They're uncomfortable. They feel funny, and they ride up your backside and get all up in your business where the sun ain't supposed to shine. Oh, yeah, that's true. And not only that, it feels a little drafty down there, 'cause there ain't much to these supporters except a swatch of cloth and a couple of strings holding them together. Now, come to think of it, I suppose it ain't no different than my holiest pair of underwear. I suppose that's true, truth be told. But it don't matter much none to me, Mr. Cy Phyllis. I don't care for them their supporters, Trump or otherwise. And that's that. Okay, next question.
What do you have to say about the Bill of Rights and our Constitution?
Oh, my word, have mercy. I bet I speak for a lot of people when I say bills, bills, bills. Every day, nothing but bills in the mailbox. Am I right? I even see those signs that say post no bills here, but they keep on a-coming anyway. So if you're talking about bills, I'm plumb tired of paying them, and I'm done with being told I got to pay out more every time I turn around. That's how I feel about that, and I have a strong constitution about that too. Now, the other part of your question has to do with the rights, I do believe. Now, I don't understand that, but if you keep a turning right, all you do is wind up right back where you started, the way I figure it. You turn right 4 times, and there you are again. Done gone round the block, you did. It's like my coon dogs chasing their tails. Nothing but running around in circles, it is. But I guess if you want to come full circle, you'll always come back for more. Ain't that right? And I suppose it's the same if you keep a turning left, too. And then you might be asking me about the Bill of Lefts now, wouldn't you? Sure would. What else you got for me? How about you over here? You got a question?
Could you comment on the latest news about David Duke and the KKK? What do you think about that?
Well, the only dukes I'm familiar with are these two right here. You use these to duke it out once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and then there's John Wayne, of course. I like him. But in regards to this David Dukes feller and this KKK stuff, well, all I can say about that is he must have had some troubled childhood of growing up with all that stuttering going on. If he came up to me and started yammering out K, 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 I'd probably have to tell him, please don't call me K, 'cause I ain't no girl. My name is Olly, Olly Brown, and I do not prefer to be called K. I'm just saying. I don't prefer it once, not twice, and I for sure do not prefer it 3 times. But I do hope he finds this gal named Kay if and he's so inclined. Thank you for that. Next.
My name is Ima Putz. What would you propose we do about the war on drugs?
Oh, well, that's an easy one, it is. Back home, we deal with that at least once a year in the springtime. Let me tell you my secret on keeping up with the war on drugs. Every so often, you gotta beat the living tar out of them. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's what you do. You gather up all them there dirty rugs and you drag them outside across the yard and you hang them up. That's right. You hang them up on a clothesline or you strap them up against a fence. Then you get yourself a good sturdy stick or baseball club and you just start whacking up on those suckers. Now, don't be surprised when the dust starts to fly, 'cause it's a good thing. You got to get rid of that dust. You beat up on them there rugs until that dust settles. And that's how you know you cleaned them up real good like. And then you take them on into the house again and you throw them back down on the floor for another year, 'cause it don't look like you can stop this war on rugs. And that's how we handle it anyway. Seems to help, at least for the time being. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, a rug just lies there like a rug. You know what I'm saying?
I like that answer, Olly, but I've got a question for you too. Let's see where you stand here. What would you do about all this hubbub about all this transgender bathroom business?
Oh, my word. I think it's a bunch of hubbub. Don't make no sense to me. Now, looky here. Back home, we have one outhouse for the entire family, and no one ever complained about sharing it, and if they did, we'd point them to the forest of trees and bushes out there in the middle of nowhere down in the holler. They can choose from any one of those. Bottom line is, the entire family uses the same bathroom. So if you ask me about what the problem is with all y'all using the same toilet, then I'm gonna tell you outright, nothing. I think they call it co-ed across the pond, don't they? And what's the big deal anyway? When you gotta go, you gotta go. So shut the door and do your business. And don't forget to light a match if you have to. And that's my 2 cents on that.
Do you support the LGBT community?
I love them. I do. I support any and all LGBTs, as you say. Now, I know folks have their own taste and likes and whatnot, but as far as us folks down in the holler, there ain't nothing that excites a feller than seeing an LBGT on up ahead of us. Now, that's when we start catcalling and shouting out things like, hey, you got any fries to go with that shake? Now, some might think it's crude, but we just like showing our interest in LGBTs. That's right, we do. Us Thrillbillies love those ladies with the LGBT, or what we affectionately like to call large bottoms. LG for large and BT for bottoms. And now you know the truth about us fellers and LGBTs. We support them.
Olly, do you support men struggling in the labor market?
Well, I never thought much about it that way, but yes, I suppose I would. I mean, back home, we always left that up to the women folk to take care of. And I have heard that there are those male seahorses who take care of having babies. I have heard that before. But I got to tell you, for the life of me, I have never seen no feller going into labor and giving birth to no babies. But if and there are some, I sure would have to support them, 'cause I can only think how painful that could be. Ouch. Now that hurts my lizard just to think about it. Ew. I can just imagine it though. Them men folks pushing through labor gonna need all the help that they can get.
Hey Olly, how about this one? The Electoral College is under so much scrutiny. Do you think we should get rid of it?
Well, I can tell you this much. I won't be attending. I won't attend at all. I don't know that we need to get rid of it, though. I mean, what is right for some ain't right for all. We got to remember that, especially with this Electoral College thing. Now, take for example yours truly. I ain't too inclined to dealing with anything electrical at all. No sirree bud. Now, I know that's a shock and all, but when I was a youngin', I remember accidentally putting some truck keys into these electrical sockets up in the wall. And instead of starting the engine, well, I got me the jolt of my life. I sure did. About got myself fried up like an egg with some bacon, except there weren't no bacon. Now, I ain't been the same since, I can tell you that much. So I ain't got no interest in schooling myself in it and going off to this here electoral college. But I suppose we need folks who want to, less'n we be sitting around in the dark all the time, 'cause the lights keep a-going out. Well, I guess that's all I can say about that.
My name is Trailer Park. Will you accept defeat in this race?
Oh, well, every day. I accept defeat every day. That's 'cause I got 2 of them that I've been running around with. Now, I'd show them to y'all, but if I took off these here running shoes, I might clear the room with too much stankiness, you know what I mean? Anyway, these are the only 2 feats I got, so I better accept them, don't you think?
What is your opinion on government corruption? Is it out of hand? Are they screwing around with us?
Well, I don't know much about the inner workings of all that. But what I do know is this. If you're going to screw around with me, then we both better be having a good time, don't you think? And as far as I'm concerned, you better be using some condom sense when it comes to these matters. Thank you very much. Well, I'm having the best time a-gabbing at y'all and visiting and whatnot. I hope I'm answering your questions. It's been a lot of fun. But I'm being told by someone in the back there that we got to take a little break right now. So I guess there's some punch and cookies back there, so why don't we go partake of that, okay? What do you think about that? Yeah! Let's do it, howdy! I'm Olly Billy-Bob Brown, and I am America's favorite Thrillbilly. Oh, yes, I am. And you know what else? For the last several months, I have been running for the president, I have. Sure have. And I have been running all over this here country, seeing all kinds of places and meeting all sorts of people and answering all kinds of questions, too. I've had a grand old time shaking hands and kissing babies. Now, I know that there are a couple of them there front runners who've been slinging mud at one another, and now they've done gone and already finished this here race. But I figure I still have a chance to cross that finish line. So I'm asking for your continued support to help push Olly Brown right on up to the White House, y'all. That's right, because Olly Brown is still running for the president. Sure am. It ain't over until it's over, as any marathon runner will tell you. And if there's any promise that I can make y'all, it's that I ain't quitting until I get there. No sirree. It's like trying to give up chocolate, y'all. I just can't do it. I can't do it. No sirree, bub. You know why? Because I ain't no quitter. Not quitting. No sirree, bub. Now, I want you all to listen loud and clear to old Olly Brown, because he's only got one message, and that's this. I started running for the president, and I am still running for the president. I am going to make it up to that White House, and I'm going to cross that finish line. But the only way to do that is to keep on trucking and hightail it on down the road a piece. And I sure could use your support. Well, I guess that's all I got to say about that. There you are, and there you go. I'm Olly Billy-Bob Brown, America's favorite Thrillbilly, and I guess I just have to approve this here message. Sure do.
To be continued. Thanks for watching. Join us next time for the conclusion of The People and Olly Billy-Bob Brown, a town hall meeting.